For the sake of this story, I'll call myself Arjun. This started in a pretty normal way. I go to the gym late at night, usually after work. It's quieter, less crowded, and I don't have to wait around for equipment. After a while, you start seeing the same people over and over. That's how I noticed him. He was always there around the same time as me. Not huge or anything, but built enough to look like he took it seriously. At first, it was just the usual gym acknowledgement. Eye contact, small nod, nothing more. Then one night, I was using the squat rack and he came over and asked how many sets I had left. I told him 2. He said, "Cool," but instead of walking away, he stayed nearby, like he was waiting. When I finished, I waved him in, and he thanked me, but then he started talking. Basic stuff. How long I'd been training, what my routine looked like. I answered, kept it simple. He talked a lot more than I did. Fast, like he had a lot to say and didn't want to miss anything. His name was Samir. After that, it became a thing. Every time we saw each other, he'd come up and talk. Not in an aggressive way, just constant. If I moved to a different machine, he'd eventually show up there too. He asked me where I lived one night. I told him the area, nothing specific. He said he lived not too far, but didn't say where exactly. He just smiled like that meant something. A few days later, he asked for my Instagram. I didn't think much of it and gave it to him. At first, it was normal. He'd send reels, gym videos, dumb stuff. I'd react, maybe reply once. That was it. Then he started messaging more. "What are you doing? You going to the gym tonight? Didn't see you yesterday." If I didn't reply, he'd send another message. Not angry, just persistent. At the gym, he got more comfortable. Too comfortable. He'd stand close while I was working out, like he was coaching me, commenting on my form, telling me to increase weight, giving advice I didn't ask for. Sometimes he'd say my name mid-sentence. "Arjun, you should try this. Arjun, don't rush your reps." The way he said it felt off, like he liked saying it. I started keeping my distance. Short answers, headphones on, trying to avoid long conversations. One night, I decided to leave early. I wasn't in the mood. I didn't tell him, I just packed up and walked out. As I got into my car, I had this feeling someone was watching me. I looked back toward the gym entrance, and he was standing there, not moving, just looking straight at me. I drove off without reacting. About 10 minutes later, my phone buzzed. "Why'd you leave so early?" I stared at the message. I hadn't seen him inside when I left. That meant he noticed immediately. Maybe he had been watching me longer than I realized. I didn't reply. The next day, I skipped the gym. Then the messages came. "You didn't come. You okay? Did I do something?" I muted the chat. After that, I started changing my schedule. Sometimes earlier, sometimes I'd skip entirely. It worked for a few days. Then, one night, I was at home. My room is on the ground floor with a window facing a small side lane. It was hot, so I had the window slightly open. I was lying in bed, half asleep, when I heard something. At first, I thought it was just someone walking by. Then it stopped, completely silent. A few seconds later, I heard a voice, low, slow, dragging my name out. "Arjun." My eyes snapped open. It was right outside. I didn't move. I just listened. Nothing for a few seconds. Then again, softer. "Arjun." It sounded like him. I sat up slowly and stared at the window. The blinds were closed, but I could see a faint shift in the shadow outside. I got up and walked over, my heart pounding. I pulled the blinds aside just a little. No one was there. The lane was empty. I stood there for a bit, trying to convince myself I imagined it. Then my phone buzzed. A message from Samir. "You awake?" My stomach dropped. I opened the chat. "Are you outside my house?" I sent it without thinking. It showed seen almost immediately. but he didn't reply. Not for a full minute. Then he sent, "No." That was it. No explanation, no confusion, just no. I locked the window and shut it completely. That night, I didn't sleep properly. The next evening, I kept everything closed. Windows, doors, everything locked. Around the same time as the night before, I heard it again. This time, it was farther away. Not right at the window, more toward the end of the lane. Same voice. "Arjun." Slow, stretched out. Then a quiet laugh. That same kind of laugh he used to do at the gym sometimes. I grabbed my phone and typed a message. "If you're outside, leave. I'm serious. I'll call the police." I sent it. Then I blocked him. The voice stopped. For a few days, nothing happened. I started to think maybe that was it. Then, one morning, I went out to my car. My rear tire was flat. Not just flat, cut. A clean slice along the side. I looked around, feeling that same uneasy sensation like someone could be watching me from somewhere. I didn't confront him. I didn't unblock him. I just got the tire fixed and went out the same day to buy cameras. I installed them facing the lane and the parking area. For a few nights, nothing happened. Then one night, around 2 a.m., I got a motion alert. I opened the app. There was someone standing at the edge of the frame. Not fully visible, just a dark figure, standing still, facing my window. I watched the screen, barely breathing. After a few seconds, the figure shifted slightly, like it adjusted its stance. Then it stepped back and disappeared into the darkness. The next morning, there was a long scratch across my car door.